Baseball. For many, it represents nostalgia, innocence. In every young boy's mind lies the dream of the dirt and the grass beneath their feet as they play under the warmth of the sun, hoping for their chance at greatness. For many, their long pursuit of that chance begins here, at the college ballpark. Meet Jeff Greco, a sophomore on the Valparaiso University baseball team. An all-state selection his senior year at Carmel Catholic High School in Illinois, Jeff found his way onto the Bradley University baseball team. After 3 semesters at the Peoria University, Greco decided to find a new place for himself.
Things weren't really working out for baseball, and I had an opportunity to come here and play. So I came out for a visit last December and talked to the coaches, and I really liked it, so I decided to come out here and give Valpo a try. And
the decision to change not only the university he was attending, but the personnel he would play with, was one that caught the attention of Valpo baseball coach Tracy Woodson.
You know, we had to get to know him pretty quick, and I think it was a big transition for him. You know, when you're leaving a school like Bradley and you're coming here, it's a new team. It's 35 new guys you're meeting. So I think the adjustment for him was a little bit more, was tougher on him than it was on us.
But after a little acclimation, it seemed that Jeff was doing just fine in his new locale. At first glance, this seems like a typical story. However, Jeff is not the typical student-athlete. Jeff is playing with type 2 diabetes. Diabetes is a syndrome that is characterized by an odd metabolism and fluctuating blood sugar. Type 2 diabetes is characterized by insulin resistance by the body's tissues. Jeff was diagnosed with the disease over 5 years ago.
It was playing basketball. It was my freshman year of high school, and it was like first week of January, and we were in a Christmas tournament, and I was in the game and running. I thought I was running the full court, but apparently I was running free throw line to half court and then back to the free throw line. And I was thinking I was running full court, but I was so lethargic from my blood sugar being high. And my dad came up to me and said, "Why aren't you playing hard?" And I told him I am playing hard. And then later on that week, I started sleeping a lot, and I started going to the bathroom a lot and drinking a lot of water. I was really thirsty all the time. And over the 2-week period, I lost about 25 pounds. So we went to the doctor, and they did a urine sample, and they said, "You have diabetes." So I spent 3 days at Children's Memorial Hospital in Chicago. I was with my mom and dad, and my dad was a little devastated, but was still together, and my mom started crying. And to be honest with you, I just kind of sat there in my chair and was like, all right, I have diabetes. It's not going to do any good to, be bothered by it. Just what do I have to do to stay healthy? And let's just teach me how to do it, and I'll do it, and then we'll be good.
His parents wondered if their young son was fearful of the new treatment he would have to give himself. Jeff says that he tried to deal with it as positively as he could.
I was a little bit scared, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, it was kind of just like a crash course in diabetes over 3 days, and they just taught me everything I needed to learn. And so I just took it with I ran with it, and I don't know, I've never really been scared of things. Nervous, I guess you could say, but it didn't really scare me because I've been through a fair amount in my life, and so I knew I could handle this.
Jeff decided that he did not want his diabetes to be an obstacle in the path of all he wanted to do. He kept such a low profile on it that Coach Woodson and his staff didn't even realize that it was a concern until Jeff had his first diabetic incident as a member of the team.
Over our 2-week spring trip, my blood sugar went low overnight while we were in the hotel, and I woke up unconscious, and my roommates were freaking out, and the trainer, Drew Buchanan, came in, and luckily not luckily that his mom has diabetes, but lucky for me, his mom does have diabetes, and he had experience with it before. And so he knew to get me orange juice and get me sugar, and so he helped me out a lot there.
You know, that was kind of scary because our trainer did say that it was close to where they almost had to call the paramedics.
It's situations like the one Jeff faced over spring break that have led to advances in diabetic treatment.
Here's the insulin pump, and the cord goes right here, and it leads to a little thing on my little patch on my stomach. That there's a catheter in my stomach that is it's not very deep. It's just underneath the skin, and it's plastic. And I shoot that in with a needle, and then the needle comes out. All that's left is the little plastic catheter, and that falls out every 2 or 3 days. And then I have to replace it, usually on the other side of my stomach, and I just go back and forth. It's one type of insulin called Humalog, but it gives it to me in 2 different ways. The first kind is called basal, which a basal rate is all day. So this is giving insulin to me constantly, 24/7, except for when I take it off to shower or to play baseball. Those are the only 2 times I take this off.
Jeff's insulin pump is a long stride in the treatment of diabetes. While the catheter is in Jeff's body, the pump takes readings of Jeff's blood sugar, sending it to his blood tester over Wi-Fi, and then relaying more information back to the pump to let him know how much insulin he needs to take. With so many circumstances facing Jeff, the coach can't help but be impressed by his players' dedication.
I can't imagine having to either, give myself a shot every day, or to be able to check what your sugar count is, or, so, I admire people like that, and, that can come out and be able to do what he's doing.
And Jeff is certainly going to do what he does for as long as he can.
People say this all the time, enjoy it while you can, because you're not going to be able to play forever. And so, I don't know if I'll be able to play after college or not, but so I'd like to keep playing. I have the opportunity to keep playing in college, so I see no reason to stop, because it's going to be hard to hang up the cleats when that last day comes around, and I'd like to postpone that day from happening as long as I can.
Well, I know I've known other people. I know it's tough, but I think, for them to survive, this is what they have to do. So it's like anything else. He needs to do what he needs to do to survive, and he gets it done.
For many, it's hoping for a chance at greatness. For Jeff, it's not a dream of the ultimate glory. It's just a wish for as many days in the sun as he can have.